Hey bees, I'm Marie from Humblebee and Me, and today we are making this beautiful Sweetgrass facial cleanser. So this is a pretty simple foaming facial cleanser. It does of course contain some beautiful Sweetgrass hydrosol, that's our unifying element for this theme, which gives the facial cleanser this wonderful, warm, sweet, sort of honey-like scent that I'm absolutely smitten with. If you don't have the Sweetgrass hydrosol, please make sure to check out the blog post linked in the description box below for alternatives. The foaming part of this face wash comes from a pre-blended surfactant product called Iselux Ultra Mild. So this product is a semi-viscous liquid, and it's a blend of anionic, non-ionic, and amphoteric charged surfactant. So we have a combination of a couple different charges, which creates a very nice mild blend. And as a bonus, you only need to buy one product when you buy this pre-blended surfactant rather than buying multiple different surfactants. When we work with surfactants, we do want to make sure we're including different charges, and a pre-made surfactant blend does that for us. Now, if you are already deep into the surfactants and you have a bunch of different ones and you don't want to buy a pre-made blend, that's totally cool. Go down to the blog, linked in the description box below, and I have some suggestions there for using surfactants you might already have. But if you're new to working with surfactants, working with a pre-made blend really makes things a lot easier, makes it a lot easier to kind of dip your toes in the world of surfactants without feeling like you have to buy at least 3 different products to kind of get out of the gate. In addition to our surfactant blend, we also have some soothing panthenol, some moisturizing glycerine, and some beautiful hydrolyzed rice protein. If you want to learn more about the ingredients I've used in this recipe, please make sure you're going down to the description box below this video and clicking through to read the partner post on my blog, where there's a lot more information about everything that we're using and why, and information on substitution, suggestions, scaling, and a lot of other really helpful information. So it's very much worth a click down there, and I'll throw it somewhere up in here as well. One of my favorite things about the Iselux Ultra Mild surfactant blend is how easily it incorporates into water. So this whole face wash is totally cold processed, no heat required, and it comes together really quite quickly and very, very easily. I've really been loving how gentle it is, and it's just, oh, that smell, I'm in love. So come on, let's get started. We're going to begin making our Sweetgrass facial cleanser by combining our not watery ingredients in a beaker and then stirring in the watery ingredients and our preservative and then checking and adjusting the pH. So you are going to need 12 grams of Iselux Ultra Mild surfactant blend, and for substitution information, please check the blog that's linked in the description box below this video. 6 grams vegetable glycerin, 0.6 grams panthenol or vitamin B5, and 1.2 grams of hydrolyzed rice protein. I'm just going to give this a stir here and get that all blended up as much as possible before we add the water. It won't lather too much without any sort of large amounts of water in here, but as soon as we add the water, we'll need to be much more gentle as we stir. So you can see here I'm smashing up those little blobs of panthenol and getting this as uniform as possible. Now I'm going to start adding some watery things. So we need 18 grams of Sweetgrass hydrosol and 21.9 grams distilled water. So we're going to stir this much more gently now. You can already see that there's a little bit of lather working up, which is of course to be expected. I do find that this surfactant blend incorporates really, really easily into water without the need for added heat or a whole lot of agitation. I'm going to stir this a bit, and then I think we'll just kind of leave it for a wee while to let it kind of dissolve on its own. But as you can see, it really is breaking up and kind of breaking down and incorporating really quite quickly without too much fuss. All right, so it's been maybe 20 minutes, and you can see that our mixture is now perfectly uniform and everything has just dissolved and incorporated really nicely. So now we're going to add our preservative. We need 0.3 grams liquid germall plus, and I've got it measured out into this little bowl over here. So I'm just going to add a small amount of the master mixture to the dish with the preservative. We'll blend that all together and then stir that back into the parent batch. Up next, we want to check and adjust the pH of this face wash as necessary. So in this small glass dish, I have 9 grams of just distilled water, and we're going to add 1 gram of the face wash to that to create a 10% dilution. Got our pH meter here, which has been calibrated. I'm going to pull that out of the sort of storage solution, rinse it in distilled water, turn it on, and check the pH of our face wash. That's 7.34. It's a little higher than we'd like, so we're going to add a bit of a citric acid solution to lower the pH. So this is a 50% citric acid solution, and I know from previous batches of this that I've made that 2 drops is about right. So we'll test it again. We have another dish with 9 grams of distilled water. Turn on our scale. We'll add 1 gram of the face wash and check the pH of that. So that's 5.62, which is great. Once you're happy with the pH of your product, the last thing to do is thicken it, and then we can package it up. So we are going to be using a product called liquid Crothix thickener to thicken up our face wash. And we're going to just add about 1 gram at a time, stir it, see how she goes, and kind of go from there. So that 1 gram has really thickened this up quite a lot. I don't want to add any more right away, so I'm going to leave this to kind of sit for a while. I doubt we're going to want to add more, but might as well just kind of leave it to sit for a while so we can be extra certain we are happy with the end consistency before we package it up. Okay, so it's been 10 to 15 minutes, and this has definitely, yeah, there we go. So it's got a beautiful consistency. We're not going to add any more Crothix. That was just perfect. You can see it's got a consistency really similar to kind of to runny honey, which I just adore. So we're going to package this up. I'm putting this in a 60 milliliter or 2 ounce squeeze bottle with a disc top lid. Thought we'd take a look at how this lathers up. Get a little bit of that on my hand there and a little bit of water. So you can see it's quite a low, creamy lather. You definitely got some bigger bubbles, you got some smaller bubbles, but it's really, really nice. It's got great slip to it, just feels really good. I've read this type of lather described as lace glove lather, and I tend to think that's quite an accurate term for it. And there you go. You just made a beautiful Sweetgrass facial cleanser. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, and please remember to go down to the description box below this video to find a lot more information about this formula on my blog on humblebeeandme.com. There you'll find the full recipe written out, links to places to purchase all of the ingredients, information on substitutions, scaling, shelf life, and a whole lot more. So thanks so much, and I'll see you next time.